possibly final day. I keep saying it's the final day of our shoot, but what we're doing today is a very beautiful special interview between John Kessel and his son Cody, who plays for the national team of USA and is going to be here at the VNL. So we're sitting them down together and we're gonna get, I think, some really beautiful shots. So that's the BTS for today.
Hello, USA!
Yeah. Setting up the shot.
Yes.
What are we doing today?
We're gonna interview John Kessel and Cody in a beautiful place in Manila, and we're setting up the scene.
And talk to me about your tripod situation.
Yeah, you see, like this is like where you can always find a place to place your camera. You didn't need a proper tripod, so we're trying to use the props.
Yeah.
Not always bamboo sticks, but we have the cases. Yeah.
Always thinking.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today, Matty?
Lighting up everybody's life. See?
Always.
I'm Cody Kessel, I'm John's son. I'm currently here, Philippines VNL Week 3 with the US men's national team. Been playing professionally overseas for going on 10 years and also an ambassador for Let's Keep the Ball Flying.
So we want to get into what your why is for being involved with Let's Keep the Ball Flying. You've adopted a team.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. You've been involved with your jersey auction, and so get into that a little bit. What's your why? Why did you decide to become an ambassador?
Yeah, I think it's as simple as the sport has given me so much. It's opened the world to me in terms of so many relationships, experiences, chances to develop as a human, as a player, and it's just been such a gift in my life. From when I was young, my dad introduced me to the sport, and I just want, Let's Keep the Ball Flying is one of the best ways to give back to this sport that's given me so much. And it's as simple as that. I just love being involved with a great group of people doing the right thing for the sport and growing it in a really positive way.
Yep.
So do you have any special, memories and secrets between you and your dad that kind of helped to mold you into this person of wanting to give back to the volleyball community? Share us something from the past that inspired you to be who you are today.
Oh man, there's been so many. Growing up in Colorado Springs, I was surrounded by the Olympic movement. That's Olympic City, USA is where we have a lot of the United States national teams, national federations, and USA Volleyball was one of them. And I grew up around the national teams, the men and the women, and the sitting volleyball teams in the USA. They were always training in my hometown of Colorado Springs. And just as a young kid, sports were just super important to my development as a player and a person. And volleyball became just this amazing vehicle for growth and learning about leadership, life lessons, and just, yeah.
You know, the other thing is that it's one of the safest and coolest sports that you can play with your kid. You know, the first time Cody started to get interested, we not only played doubles, but we created a tournament in Vail, Colorado that now has over 150 teams called the Father's Day Tournament, where you play father-daughter or you play father-son, and you play by age group. And we were in the 12 and under age group or whatever, you know, but you get to play with your kid. And that's, how cool is that, you know? We didn't create a mother-son, mother-daughter tournament, but, you know, somebody out there in the foundation world should be doing that too. But that was where I first got a chance to play, because he ended up doing 10 sports growing up, but focused in the end really strong on volleyball, thanks to doubles volleyball and the people that he hung around, Logan Tom and Reed Pretty, and, you know, all those guys that, I mean, you don't normally get babysat by 3-time Olympian Logan Tom, you know, I mean, it's kind of an interesting babysitter.
What we want to speak about with you is just your overall legacy and how it's been seeing your son become an ambassador for such a powerful movement, and then you being here together today here in the Philippines after this crazy trip we just had, and seeing him here in uniform right now. How are your feelings towards that? What can you share?
Very lucky that he not only made the national team roster, but he got brought to the Manila site where I was staying on to watch the USA men play. And, then your son's on the roster. How cool is that? Sharing the same city and the same amazing people that love the game. I know that, Cody's seen it. We haven't, but just by words that when we go see him play Germany tomorrow, the fans here are fantastic. They love volleyball. And you saw that in the spike and serve and the kids when we were traveling and doing the clinics. I just, when I get a chance, I'll share some pictures with Cody about how you're on these like hills like this steep and somehow they carve out a volleyball court. I mean, that's how passionate they are about the game. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, my dad was able to pass on a love of the game to me, and that's what has carried me through so many of these moments as a professional, but also in university, playing, growing up. And that love of the game is the same thing we see in Let's Keep the Ball Flying. And we're just able to, in so many ways, pass that on to others. So that's really special.
That is.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, this father-son bond through the love and passion for this sport. And you guys are going to leave a legacy for everyone to build upon and remember, whether it's your children. And I think it's such a beautiful thing.
This amazing toolkit that the team is creating to share with everybody is really a modern version of what Cody helped me do when he was working at USA Volleyball. He made the coloring book for kids that we handed out of here. That was his sort of patched together, one of his concepts. And I think what he said is really important, that if we as first coaches give them a love of the game, then they can process through the really bad moments or the injuries or the bad coaches even, and not disappear from the sport. And we see too many people stop playing the game, even though, like I've said before, in the US there's an 80 and over national championships. So as a lifetime sport, you don't want kids to stop playing. He's still playing, and you'd be considered probably already like you're the oldest player on the Berlin team last year. Are you the oldest player here? No, you're not the oldest player on the men's team. There's a bunch of old guys on the men's team, and they're late 30s. Cody's only 32. He's a kid.
Just a couple weeks ago, I had suffered a sprained ankle in one of the matches against Bulgaria, and thought that I wouldn't play for a few weeks, and I knew that my dad was going to head to the Philippines to kind of build a legacy project and build this toolkit for Let's Keep the Ball Flying. And it was just such a proud and cool moment for me, because I know he has so much experience over 30 plus years of growing the game worldwide, and he's able to pass on so much of his knowledge in this way and leave a legacy like we all are trying to do in the sport. Just means so much. And so just luckily, Let's Keep the Ball Flying and my dad have a partnership, and he's able to spread so much of what he knows and what he's learned over his whole career and put that in the toolkit for everybody, for the whole volleyball community. So it's just really exciting.
John, officially this crazy week is done. Is there any last final words that you want to put out there before you enter back in that flight?
Through Guam, right? I don't know. I want to turn the tables like I've done a lot. It's not what I know, it's what they know. And when you say legacy, I don't think of legacy as me. I think of legacy as the coaches who are going to help kids and the kids who are going to help younger kids, and that whole pipeline of development and stuff that's going on. It's really not about me. But we were sitting at breakfast a couple of days ago, and you mic dropped on me twice because I was talking about something, and then you said, say it all again, and then you dropped the knife as a mic or whatever, and then we were talking about something else, and you go, oh, another moment and you made me do it again and then you recorded it. So I'm wondering and thinking, because this guy's got a book out, this guy's got a pretty high level mind. He's playing higher level than I ever did. I mean, I played professionally overseas, blah, 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 but he's 10 years in and I was 1.5 years. To check our website and the Instagram pages for whatever you're doing to what you hashtag Kessel Wisdom or something was what Ryan called it, to just give more secrets and tips as we move on from here, because we don't want to stop here or just have the toolkit, which is going to be growing, but just have the toolkit be what it is. We want to keep sharing the secrets, keep sharing the ideas, and the contributors from out there that can help the website of the foundation, that's a bonus. But I think you're onto something that maybe once every couple weeks I'll see if I can give you another mic drop of an idea and just keep coming back to the website and the pages to find out what more good ideas there are. And he knows a lot of them better than I do at the higher level, for sure. So, I mean, this is a classic example of the 1% of the 1%. So you got a really elite athlete sharing secrets and ideas. Same for some of the ladies on the program and stuff. But for me, I live at that 98, 99%. The kids that we saw that'll never be on a national team, but play the game because of the joy and the fun of the sport. So that's what my mic drops will be about, and he can mic drop about being the best you can be, because he's done a really hell of a good job about being the best you can be. That makes me very proud. Do you share some secrets or ideas about your stress and your anxiety? When you're smart, you overthink things and you worry. I mean, we were talking a little bit about regression of the mean in the past, talking about the sitting volleyball team and that guy that won the silver star after he got hit 27 times that was on the team you coached to a bronze medal. How do you deal with stress or anxiety at this level? What have you learned the hard way?
I've learned a lot. But I think for so many of the youth players out there, it's when you get to these moments, I mean, to not let the pressure of competition outweigh the pleasure of competition.
Yeah.
It's a cliche, but
No, it's not cliche.
It's
true.
The opportunity to play at my level or at any level, or just to have a court and balls, just brings a lot of joy and some amazing moments. And we've seen what volleyball can.
When a kid makes a mistake, what would you say to that kid who's 14, learning and discovering volleyball, and they hit 3 balls out in a row? What do you say to that kid? If you were coaching him right then, what would you say? I mean,
you're putting me on the spot here. I'm not a coach really, but I would say that what did you learn from those moments, and getting back to the present moment. I mean, that's a key thing at the highest levels, is how can we stay there over a whole course of a match. But honestly, I don't know if this is so helpful for us.
No, for you guys that are here, you learn through failure. And volleyball is filled with failures. In fact,
it's true.
Half the teams in this VNL tournament that the USA are competing in, half the teams lose. 50% lose every time.
Yeah.
So if you think winning is who you are, I'm a winner, I'm a volleyball player, because I think what's cool about Cody and his sisters that I'm proud of is that they're not just volleyball players. Yeah, they're giving back to the sport, but they're also giving back to their teammates, they're giving back to their friends, their significant others. They give back to them, and they don't just focus on themselves, which is part of being on a true team sport like volleyball. So I think to any kid who hits 3 out, I'd be going, yeah, that's part of learning. It's a regression of the mean where you're going to not do so well and then you're going to get better because you have a good solid skill, and then you're going to do really, really great, and then you're not going to do quite so well. And it's just part of learning in the play. So working through your errors is part of everything in life, not just volleyball, because we screw up and learn.
Guys, how was it? How was it for you?
It was great. Yeah.
I don't want to lose my mic.
Your dad, I feel like, is so eloquent with his.
He's super eloquent. Yeah, he's got a lot of experience with just being a great coach and a great leader. So
Awesome. It's rubbing off on you.
yeah, a bit.
John, how was all the action this week? A lot of camera time, huh?
Yeah, too much for me, but hopefully they will just cut me out and just show the drills and the games and the fun and the kids and nothing about me, and do overdub of my voice or something like that. But no, how can you not just be like enthralled? We talked, Cody, about the number of smiles per hour.
Yeah.
My God,
Love that
working
concept.
kids, they would make the worst mistake and their smile would probably even get bigger, just because they love to play and they love to learn.
Guys,
Yes.
wrapped.
Everything. You pick up everything. So good.
It's like Christmas all over again. Everything's wrapped.
How's it feel?
Yeah, great. Emotional. I don't know what to say. It's really hard to sum up the whole trip in one sentence. But yeah, it's all about the people for me, like this one here, and the one behind the camera. I love you.
You are very inspiring women.
Aww.
Guys, so much fun. Too much.
It's a wrap!
Yeah!